What's going on, everybody? I'm Brandon, and this is Wood2Wod. In this video, I'm going to be making some new Plyoboxes for my home gym. As the name implies, Plyoboxes are just boxes made out of plywood. Amazing pieces of technology, I know. But a Plyobox can be a great addition to any home gym. In this video, I'm going to be making two different size Plyoboxes that are the same dimensions as the ones that you can buy online. The nice thing about making them yourself is that you're not limited to just the dimensions that they provide. You can make the Plyoboxes any size that you want, and it's a lot cheaper. All right, without further ado, let's get started with the project.
All right, guys, so the first thing we have to do to make these Plyoboxes is break down our sheets of plywood. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my circular saw to break them down into more manageable pieces and then cut everything down to actual length on my table saw. All right, enough talk, let's break down this plywood. Goodness gracious, I need to figure out what I'm going to say before I say it. Alright, so now that we've got all of our boards cut to the proper lengths and widths to make the two boxes, now what we're going to do is we're going to take those boards and we're going to cut in the finger joints. On the side, the grooves fit into each other nice and neatly, and that creates a very strong joint. You've probably seen these joints on the Rogue Plyobox or the games boxes or any of the other commercial boxes. So I've got it mapped out here on what exactly I want to cut out of each of the individual boards, so that way these finger joints will work just like any of the other Plyoboxes that you could buy online. If you guys want me to make official plans and put it on here, just give me a thumbs up and I'll make it happen. The tool that I'm going to be using to cut out all of those finger joints is going to be the good old-fashioned jigsaw. Here's a tip. Whenever you're drawing out the lines in order to cut out the material, don't measure out 3/4 of an inch. That is under the assumption that your plywood is 3/4 of an inch, and that's not the case. So if you're making this at home and you want to make sure that your joints are super tight, here's what you do. Take a piece of your cut-off plywood from whenever you were making your panels before, and use this as your gauge for how much you're going to cut off of each of the finger joints. If you do that, you will have extremely tight joints and a much stronger box. All right, so now that I have my spacing on the outlining of all of my plywood marked, now it's time to figure out the size of the finger joints that I want. You can choose whatever size finger joint. For the larger box, I'm thinking I'm gonna go with 8-inch finger joints in the center and just sort of keep that universal for the entire box. And then for the smaller box, I think I'm going to go 6 inches. Make a mark here in the middle. Mark 3 inches on either side of my center line. Once you draw those down, that should be your 6 inches. Now all I have to do is just do it for every single panel. Here's a tip. Whenever you finish drawing out your finger joints for your panel, in order to make sure that you cut out the correct sections for each of the panels based on your blueprint, it's really helpful to take something like a Sharpie or a highlighter or something colored and mark out the sections that you want to cut, and then keep the sections that you don't want to cut blank. Just that way you can keep everything nice and organized, and then at the end of it you're not realizing that you made an incorrect cut and you're gonna have to start all over. Come on, you're fine. Come here. YouTubers, this is Willie. He is my pup. Look, you can be the manliest man in the world, but if you don't talk to your dog with a baby voice, there's something wrong with you. I'm just saying. So, got everything all marked up, ready to be cut with the jigsaw. I'm not going to make y'all slowly watch me cut all of these things with the jigsaw. So I'm gonna put it on fast forward, and we're just gonna get to the really awesome part where we mock these things up and see how well everything fits. So it's a new day, it's lunchtime. Last night I was able to get all of my panels cut. I was just able to mock them up now, and I have to say, they're looking pretty good. Right now I don't have any glue or any screws, anything holding these together, so it's just the finger joints creating the strength, and I'm liking them a lot. So the next thing that we have to do is we have to get our drill, and we're gonna drill in the handle holes on all the sides. And the reason why I'm doing that before I put the whole thing together is because I want to sand the handle holes both on the inside and the outside, so that way you don't have any sharp edges whenever you're trying to pick up the box. Oh, that looks nice. Oh yes, that's perfect. It's looking really nice. We need to make sure that this thing is stable for a very long time. Over time it's going to want to warp. So what do you do to combat that? I'm going to use the scrap wood that I have from the cuts that I made in the very beginning of the video, and I'm going to use that to cut out the spacer that's going to go here in the middle. Dead on the money. Perfect. Oh, that's beefy. Yes! With that, we are ready to screw this sucker together. I'm going to put 2 screws into each finger on the finger joints, and I'm going to countersink those screws, so that way I can go over them with, you know, some wood filler, so that way we can hide the screws and make this thing look really nice and clean. After that, just sanding, rounding off the edges. We can call this project done if we wanted, but I've got a surprise for you at the very end. Just keep on watching. Now she's done. Looks so good. Sounds like a bongo drum. The next thing that we gotta do is we need to fill in those holes. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm going to fill these holes with wood glue, and then I'm gonna take this wooden dowel and I'm gonna stick it in there. Once it's nice and tight there with the glue, I'll take a flush trim saw and I'm gonna cut this flush. Super nice accent piece. Now I just need to do it for 144 more. Alright guys, so day 3 on the Plyobox build. Last night I was able to get both the boxes put together and rounded over all of the sides. Ooh, those look so good. Now that they're built and they're rounded over, the next thing that we have to do is sand these puppies down, put on some finish, maybe put a logo on there. I don't know. Let's get a little crazy with it. And that is going to be a wrap on this build. One thing I forgot to mention, after I put the coat of polycrylic on these boxes, I sanded them down to 320 grit after they dried to make them nice and smooth. The logos didn't really turn out, perfect, but overall, I'm pretty happy with them. If you're interested on how I did the logos for these boxes, leave a comment below and I'll include it in the next video. I'll also have a list of tools and materials that I use to make these boxes down in the description. But I do want to make one thing clear. You do not need all of the tools that I used to make these boxes. In fact, I made a Plyobox about 3 years ago that I still use to this day, and the only tools that I used were a jigsaw, a drill, and a tape measure. Well, she ain't the prettiest box in the world, but she's strong. But now it's time to put these bad boys to the test and see how they hold up in a workout. And today we're going to be doing the CrossFit workout named Chad. 1,000 weighted box step-ups to a 20-inch box, 45-pound rucksack for the men, 35 pounds for the women. And this workout was named after U.S. Navy SEAL Chad Wilkinson, who lost his life after 22 years of service. Within the CrossFit community, Chad has become a very popular workout performed on Veterans Day to show appreciation to all of those who have served in the military, to let them know that their sacrifices have not gone unnoticed, and to honor the life and legacy of U.S. Navy SEAL Chad Wilkinson. If you want to learn more about this workout, the story behind it, or how you can do this workout at home, I'll have a link down in the description. I've got a few friends from my local gym who are coming to do this workout with me. If you're in a part of the world where you can do this workout with someone, I highly recommend it. Just remember to be safe. All right, time to set this puppy up. You ready to get this? No. Yeah. All right, you be good, bud. I'll see you in an hour and a half. You're gonna do this workout with a backpack. Make sure that when you zip your weights, you zip it down to the side. That way the zipper doesn't come undone. Fitness tip, halfway. Next time you done. All right, that's gonna be an end on the video today. I apologize for the really terrible audio. My neighbor's taking down a tree in the backyard. If you like the building portion of this video or the workout portion of this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. And if you have any piece of home gym equipment that you would like to see me build, please also leave it down in the comment section below. You might see me make it in the next video. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I will see you next time.